Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCityUniverse.com and GravesideEntertainment.com. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about, I'm still on my Silent Hill rant, so I'm going to talk about Shattered Memories. Shattered Memories came out for the, I believe, PS2, the Wii, and the PSP. I have the PSP version. Everyone said this phrase to death in terms of the people who were making the title. They kept saying this over and over. It's a reimagining of the first title, the first Silent Hill game, which, as I said in previous videos, I have yet to play, and I don't know if I'll really ever get a chance unless it comes out like an HD version or some kind of digital thing that I can download. So anyhow, they said they reimagined the first game. Most people were kind of pissed off. I checked it out. I got it on PSP. It's definitely a Wii game. Now, the reason I say that is because, well, first and foremost, before I get too deep into it, you play as Harry Mason. You get into a car accident at the beginning of the game, and you're looking for your daughter, just like the original first title. That's probably where the similarities end. As Harry Mason, you're going around Silent Hill looking for your daughter, and at set points in the game, everything freezes over, and these little goblins chase you. So the only action you have, it's creepy, and you're looking around, and it's kind of slow and weird, and you find things. You can also take photos of ghosts that you find, and that sometimes, well, no, all the time, will send you like a message or a voicemail to your phone in the game, and you're able to listen to the voicemails that are involved with the ghosts' deaths, stuff like that. So there is some little cool things they added. There's also this thing called echoes, where when you're walking around with your phone, if things start, like, they make this loud chirping, like, radio noise, the closer you get, and if you get close enough to it, it opens up like a voicemail or a text message to your phone that is regarding to these people's deaths or something bad that happened. It's not, in essence, it's not tying into any of the main story, those echoes and those photos of the ghosts, but they're a good little side thing that you can get kind of creeped out or find some like little interesting things about, but none of it has anything to do, that I've found so far, with the original story or with the main story. I did not beat the game. I actually don't know if I'm going to go back to it. I like it. It's got a creepy element, but it's not really scary. The only time, see, the thing with Silent Hill, at least for me, I'm sure others as well, is when you're playing, you kind of don't know what to expect. One of the main things was this subtle feeling of like uneasiness, especially in the second and third titles. I would say in Downpour, in 4 too, The Room, but there's this little sense of dread and uneasiness. You don't know what's going to happen, what's around the corner, is something going to come, or there's always this creepy feeling. This is lacking that. The reason this is lacking that is because monsters don't ever come out. They only come out at a set location. So while you're playing, everything freezes over, and you're like, okay, now it's time to run. And you can't fight. There's no fighting at all. You have no weapons. There's no weapon pickups or anything like that. And you just run. And it's a trial and error type thing. So you're busting through doors, running through alleyways while these things are chasing you. If they chase you, here's where the Wii part comes in. If they chase you and latch on, with the PSP it'll say like to push a button quickly or to throw them off. And every time they jump on you, you lose a little health. If you lose enough health, you die. I don't recall having a health bar, but maybe I just don't remember. In the Wii version, you have to shake the nunchuck or like move a certain way or whatever to try and shake them off literally. So I think that's kind of a cool feature that you miss out on, or I missed out on, playing the PSP version. It's also kind of hard to play a survival horror game on a handheld and get creeped out because you're not as engrossed. The screen's not, like, I have a pretty big TV, a 55-inch, so when you play a scary game, and something happens, it's in your face, it's big, you feel surrounded by it, the sound is big and it scares you or whatever, and the music was good here too, but it's, not as creepy. You're playing a handheld. So I think it's kind of hard for the handheld market to grab onto that horror genre because of that. Maybe the Vita can do it in the future with something scary, I don't know. But for now, the PSP at least, I don't know about the 3DS, I don't have one, but the PSP just couldn't get it in that. The other thing, so besides the fact that you can't fight and you only run, which is fine, it's an interesting concept and it works. Some people will be turned off by that right away, and the graphics are nice, by the way. The graphics are very nice, especially for the PSP. the Wii version, they said, is actually one of the best looking titles on the Wii. So, besides that, there's similarities to Downpour. The best way for me to put it, from when you're running from the bad guys, is in Downpour, when you're running from that void that's chasing you, it's very similar to that. So if you like that, this is all that. There is no fighting, as I said previously. The puzzles are very, very, very simplistic. So simplistic that, like, if you need a key, it's always in the same room or right around the corner. Like, it's not like you have to travel far. It's very linear, the game. And you go around the corner, you'll find something, you open a cabinet, you know, and this is another reason where the Wii controls would have came in very well, were very handy. With the PSP, you have to move the analog stick and, like, open a door. You know, you hold the X to grab it, and then you move the analog stick and it opens, and you go, oh, I found a key, and that's it, and then you can move forward. With the Wii, you have to actually use the Wiimote, from what I've seen online, to grab things, and then, you know, use the Wiimote to, like, interact with things, to open the door or whatever. So that's kind of cool, but the puzzles are very simplistic. Nothing's like a brain teaser that you're going to go, what do I do, where am I, I'm stuck, ever. It's all very simplistic. The idea was interesting, and I liked it, but it didn't completely do it for me. Again, I've played it on the PSP, so maybe I'm just missing out because I need it on the big screen. This is going to be a spoiler, as usual with the Silent Hill titles. The end of the game is kind of interesting. I like the ending from what I've seen online. I watched the endings because I didn't think I was going to complete the game because I wasn't enjoying myself enough. Throughout the game, I actually forgot this is one of the main concepts. Throughout the game, you're getting interviewed in a therapist's office by Kaufman. He's the doctor from the first game. And you have to answer these questions. Like, he'll ask you how you were in high school, if you were promiscuous, if you were a jock, if you were a nerd, all this stuff. And that stuff supposedly, and it does, changes the game minutely to play into how you were or whatnot. So if you pick certain things, the monsters look a little different, or they wear different things, or little nuances change. Does it drastically change the game? Like, the game says it's profiling you when you start it up. No, it doesn't drastically change the game. It's in the same vein as it changes the monster's appearance a little bit, I guess, to try and scare you more depending on what you pick. Some of them are coloring or matching things, some of these therapy sessions, so it's not all just questions, but it's interesting, it's an interesting idea, it's a novel concept. Silent Hill 2 did it better, where in Silent Hill 2, you didn't know you were being profiled, but if you do certain things, the endings change. Like, if you fight enough monsters, I think the ending changes negatively. If you look at that knife in Silent Hill 2 that Angela gives you with the blood on it numerous times, over and over and over, then the ending is a bad ending because they think you're looking to commit suicide. So I think Silent Hill 2 did it better and more subtly, which subtlety is always, to me, the key point of a good Silent Hill game. So the endings change. The ending is, you realize you think you're Harry Mason the whole time in the therapist's office, Mr. Kaufman, or Dr. Kaufman, whatever his name is, but in the end you're Cheryl, you're the daughter, and your dad died, your parents split up, your dad died in a car accident, and you're trying to let go, and the way you let go is by going to the therapist's office. So the endings change depending on how you act in the game. If you look at all these, like, sexual posters, or you go to the strip club in the game when you're running away from the monsters and stuff, then you get a bad ending where Harry, you think back to your father, and he's like a pervert and he's filming himself fooling around with a bunch of girls. Or there's points, I don't remember how you get this ending, but that he's a drunk and he leaves you and tells you that you were the reason you and him and your mother got divorced. Then there's a good ending where, you know, you let go and you reconcile, and you reconcile with your mother, and you realize it wasn't anyone's fault, and that your parents just had a falling out and didn't really love each other anymore. So it's interesting that they flipped a switch on you. Do I think the game is worth playing through for that? Probably not. I mean, the endings are interesting. They're also very short. I'm glad I saw them online and didn't play through them. I would say the game's pretty good. Again, it's a very different pace than most Silent Hill games. It's not really that scary. It's more of like a searching game. What's the word I'm looking for? It's more of like a exploration title. You know, you're looking around, you're finding things, you're getting these echoes, you're getting these photos of ghosts. So that's cool, but it's not really scary, and you know when the bad guys are going to chase you. It's at a set moment. Once you beat a certain part, something happens, everything gets icy, and then boom, they start chasing you. So I would say I liked it. It's a different take on things. It's an interesting idea, an interesting spin. They said it's non-canon to the series. Of course, I guess anything is non-canon now because the original team is gone since number 4. So I would say I liked it. In comparison, I didn't like it as much as Downpour by far. I don't think I even liked it as much as The Room. I liked it better than Origins, though. Origins just was not my cup of tea. So, take all this into regard if you're looking to play Shattered Memories. It's not a typical Silent Hill title. It's good. You may find some fun in it. It's also kind of short, they said, about 5 hours, 6 hours, from what I've been reading. But you have to give them kudos for trying to put an interesting spin on things. So, that's about it. The graphics are nice, the music's nice, the sound effects are cool, but it's just not my favorite in the series. So, thanks for watching. I have one more Silent Hill title I'm going to go over next, and after that, I'm done with the Silent Hill franchise for now. So it's Vampire Mike from SegaCityUniverse.com and GravesideEntertainment.com signing out. Thanks as always for watching, and be good.